If you've been feeling stuck lately, this video is for you. You might think that you're misunderstood, but that's not the real problem. The real issue is that your communication is not aligned with who you are or what you stand for. Fix that and everything in your life starts to click. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brett and I'm here to help you build more confidence and master communication. Today we're going to break down communication into 3 distinct layers, and understanding these 3 layers is going to help you pinpoint which one might be causing you the problems that you're facing today. Let's dive in. The first layer that we need to understand about communication is internal dialogue, and this is how you communicate with yourself. This really comes down to, how do you speak to yourself? Do you listen to yourself? What do you believe about yourself that may be holding you back? And then what is your ultimate goal with communication? This is where a lot of people get stuck. They either have no clear goal in mind, or they're aiming for the wrong goal, which makes it nearly impossible to communicate effectively. For example, your goal might be that you want your colleagues and friends to like and accept you. A stronger goal is to focus on your message, making sure it's clear, concise, confident, and consistent. The second layer of communication is external communication. This is how well you communicate to the outside world. This is your communication skill set. You want to develop as many skills as possible. It really just comes down to how you present your ideas. And there's 1,000,001 different ways to present your ideas. There's so many different aspects to this, but let's start with the medium. The medium really is the message. What the medium is how the message is going to be delivered to the audience. So in this instance, I'm delivering my message through YouTube. That's how you guys are receiving this video. You could be delivering your message interpersonally. So that would be a one-on-one conversation. You could be delivering it in a one-to-many situation where maybe you're the one on stage talking to many different people in an audience. You could be on TV, radio, email, text message. Whatever the case may be, it's all going to be a little bit different on how you actually deliver the message and what message you actually want to deliver. The next aspect that you'll want to consider is word choice. Different mediums and different platforms are going to have different rules and regulations. So TV and radio are going to have much stricter censorship laws and regulations than something like YouTube. That's something that you'll want to take into account when you're delivering your message. Likewise, if you're at work, you can't communicate with your work colleagues the same way that you communicate with your friends outside of work. There's a certain level of professionalism that your job is going to expect you to uphold at work that you're just not expected to uphold at a bar if you're getting a beer with your friends. The last aspect that you'll want to consider is tone. What I'm talking about here is emotional tone. So what kind of emotion do you want your audience to feel? And it's up to you, the speaker, the communicator, to convey that emotion to your audience. Before we move on to the third layer of communication, I want you guys to think of external communication as your toolkit. The more tools you have in your toolkit, the broader and wider range of ideas you'll be able to communicate. The third layer of communication is relational communication. And this just simply comes down to how well you're able to relate your message to your audience. If external communication is your toolkit, then relational communication is how well you're able to use those tools. It's great to have a hammer, a wrench, and a screwdriver in your toolkit, but if you don't know how or when to use each one of your tools, they're useless. Do you create an emotional connection with people? Do you inspire trust with your audience? How well do you handle misunderstandings? Do people feel respected, seen, and heard with you? Those are the types of things that you want to consider with this third layer of communication. This layer of communication comes down to your ability to understand the dynamic between the messenger and the recipient. Now that we understand the 3 layers of communication, let's put them all together. Mastering communication isn't just about speaking well. It's about getting your inner voice, your outer expression, and the connection that you create with others in alignment. When you can get those 3 things aligned, everything else in your life will fall into place. We've covered a lot today, but I want to leave you with this. When you fix your communication patterns, everything in your life begins to shift. You'll naturally develop more presence, command more respect, build deeper and stronger relationships. You don't live the life you deserve, you live the life that your communication creates. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Once again, my name is Brett and I'll see you in the next video.